Alright, guys, so I'm going to read you off from an article on twinflames1111.com. It's for the end of July, so 30th to the next kind of week or two. Now, I'm going to kind of reword it a different way because, they're kind of getting into the twin flame journey thing. And you know what, if you want to look up stuff, there's tons on the internet on that. But me, it's more of a soulful connection with somebody. Now, sometimes it's not the best connections, or we hope that those connections can be a certain way because that's how we perceive them, but they're not. All right? So, when you have a soulful connection with someone, they mirror you. So they could be mirroring your good side, and while you're in the negative, or vice versa. They could be really lashing out on you, and then you're frustrated because you're not in that place. You're trying to be in that good place. So they kind of mirror, and but then you are like that when you're in that place. So you understand that connection, how they are reacting, because you react like that too. So it's kind of like a teeter totter kind of effect, and then when you guys both in your highest vibration, then between the two of you, you can balance it out and find the balance of both. And then you can truly be happy and you understand each other and you have perfect balance. And that's when love and harmony exists. But as long as there's one that is in a negative space and won't come out of it, or refuses to see their part in it, the soulful connection is unbalanced. So right now, after the moon, there's a lot of change, a lot of rebirth, transformation, and people are trying to rebalance that, go back to that happy, and if in the connection, but both sides have to rebalance. It can't be one-sided. Anyway, so if you are feeling yourself stuck in this journey where it's imbalanced, okay, there's a lot in this transformation. The other side is starting to awaken. Okay, if they don't awaken, then you don't need that connection anyways. So it's better off that they're not in your life anyways. But a lot of people, they have faced their demons. They have faced their challenges. They are seeing the light. The universe is making them see the light, even if it's in the toughest of times. But a lot of things has to happen for them to see the light. So some of you have already seen the light, so you're kind of getting impatient a little bit because the other person is behind. But give them time. They're catching up. And this moon has really made them catch up. So now that the one moon is over and we're going on to the next, okay, it's a recycle. We're in another cycle, okay? And the cycle is during transformation. We're in the middle. Okay, and then after the next moon, when that's over, it's going to start to really, you're going to be in the transformation. It's going to have transformed. But right now, you're still transforming. Okay, so the reason that this happens is because the connection feels this intense energy. Okay, and everything we do impacts the other. Okay, the eclipse was very heavy for most people, and we're still in the process of closing that gateway that opened, right? And then another one is going to open. So focus right now on positive intentions. Okay, so the collective has been stirred up now, and people are edgy. They're edgy, and it can drag you down because they don't know how to take it. The universe is literally showing them the truth. If they've been trying to not face it for so long, that now all of a sudden it's like there's nothing you can do. You face it, right? And it's really challenging for them. So they're very, hostile. They're very snappy, and so in communication can come in rough and harsh, and you know what? They're in the harsh truth mode. So you have to be your best person and be positive and nurturing and understanding. Like, now's the time for compassion and understanding and forgiveness. Okay, don't be harsh to be like, yeah, but you, but you, they don't need to be attacked anymore. Okay, they already have been. All right, they're being shown, and it's the harsh truth. So they're attacking back with harsh truth. But if you can be the better person and know how to stand your ground and just do it in a loving way, Okay, love wins in all scenarios. Okay, so if you feel under pressure, keep in mind that right now there's the Mercury and Mars retro. Okay, and it will soon direct and allow you to undo or redo whatever needs undoing or redoing. So now that the transformation happens, okay, there's a rebirth. Now you can go about it in a better light and learn from what you've done and go and take it as a fresh start, or you can say, no, this is not good in my life. A fresh start is not even worth it with this person because they're not there. But keep in mind, they might be soon. They're still going through the process. But if it means stepping back and going, I can't go forward with this, then don't. Use your intuition. Use it wisely. Okay? What's your first reaction? Go with it. Don't stop and think about, go with it. If it's not right, it's not right. Don't go, but no, it's not right. Okay? Let them go through the process. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Okay? You'll rebalance the scales, but right now it's tipped. It's tipped like a mofo. Okay? It's tipped bad. But are you on the tip bad side or are you on the tip good side? Because if you're really good, they'll see that. And they'll want to rebalance the scales. Even if it's harsh. Even if they're in a rough place. But you know what? If they see you stay positive, stay loving, stay nurturing, stay compassionate, okay, then they're going to be like, well, now I want to rebalance the scales. Because even if I'm being a stupid piece of shit, at least, you know, I can't get mad. I can't get mad at love. You can't. You can't go wrong. Okay? So, and if they never come back, then they never come back. They're gone. They were gone a long time ago. They were gone a long time ago. That connection is like, you know what I mean? It's not really a soulful connection, not anymore. So, you know, good riddance. You can only go forward from here. Okay? We all know that some rules are meant to be broken. It just takes someone to lead the way. On the negative side, everyone is trying to lead their own way, all at the same time. And sometimes it can get dangerous, or you might later regret what you've been doing or saying. Listen to your intuition right now. It won't steer you wrong. In the midst of chaos, your intuition is your best guide. However, the tension could prove invigorating in some ways. There's a very potent sexual bent to this energy. And mark the words, it's not about love so much as sexuality and passion. But that might be fun. So now, if they come in harsh and they're in that harsh space, okay, they might be in the fuck it attitude. And in the fuck it attitude, well, suddenly you're like, you know what? I'm done with all this bullshit. I just want to go have sex with them. Because that's going to remend the connection. That is a cop out for a lot of people. So they, you know, suddenly they, you know, they're getting a heated moment and they're like, well, it's 'cause I care for you. You know, or whatever, right? And then you're like, those are the words I wanted to hear. And before you know it, well, you know, shit goes down. You know, and then you're loving it and it's great. But that doesn't mean that he still wants or she wants to rebalance those scales. They might just be caught up in it and they still might refuse. However, after this boon, the universe isn't really having none of that anymore. So they're not, even if they try to, as soon as you're done, be like, see ya, talk to you later, see ya. Okay, he might put on that front, you know, in order to hurt you. A lot of people have narcissists in their life and they'll do that. They'll, like, you know, fancy up their words and then they sleep with you and then they're done. You know, just to hurt you because he likes it, because he feels better by hurting. You know, it's sad, but it's the truth in a lot of people. Okay, so be aware. Okay, the retro stirring up some passion, some new starts. Okay, they're gonna come in with some words and give you some new starts. Some is it false hopes? I don't know. But follow your gut again. Because if you have this good feeling that that person went through the transformation and seriously comes in and looks at you straight in the face and is honest, and might be a little harsh but honest, then okay, then great, enjoy that passion, man. But if they're not honest or they're trying to fool you, you're not being fooled anymore. You're the high priestess. You're the queen of swords. You're not seeing through the bullshit anymore. You know what I mean? You're past that. Okay, so it's a very dynamic energy, and there's a strong temptation to do something, anything, rather than sit back and see how things just pan out. And there's a special sort of attraction with this new and the different. And a lot of readings, they're like, oh, the Ace of Pence is coming in. There's a new start. And you're like, ooh, hopeful. Maybe the transformation can bring a new. But is it in the right light? What are you taking into it? Be careful of that type of energy. It'll lead you into the devil energy, will lead you into temptation. Okay, don't think there's no devil energy out there. The devil keeps coming up, and after every single tower lately read that I see, okay, the devil energy is there. They're attached to people, and there is certain energies that are out there, and I will stress it, and people have been stressing it, but I will say it's here too. There are certain energies out there right now that their sole purpose is to go in and find these high vibrational soul connections and destroy it. Destroy it. If a third party comes out of nowhere, and is an influence, is whispering in this person's ear. Who is whispering in this person's ear? Because I can guarantee you, those are bad spirits trying to break your connection, trying to break his spirit. If he's left in a cold, dark place, in a low vibrational spirit, he cannot vibe with you. He cannot vibe with you at a high vibration and create a love and light connection to God, to Jesus. Understand this. Understand this. There are forces out there to break your connection. That is why you have to stay nurturing, loving, compassionate, and don't put blame, especially when they're in their dark place. Because guess what? When the roles are reversed, does he not do that to you? Does he not do the same thing that you would do onto him? Again, I say him and her, it can be reversed, okay? I'm just saying. All right, think about that. Because they're mirrored. They're a mirrored soulful connection. Okay? Call it twin flame. I don't care. Okay? But it's a connection to God. It's a connection with another person that mirrors your soul, that understands, that is in love and in light, and that wants to be in love and light with you. Because you can have self-awareness, and that is number one key. But when others, okay, any other entity, okay, comes into play in your life, there is a bond somewhere or another. And those that are really, really spiritually bond from past lives, from past energies, okay, that you've bonded with before, will come into your life as a spiritual bond. Okay? And yes, the twin flame, run chaser, in and out, stuff. Okay, yeah, okay. If you want to limit yourself to technicalities. But that's what a soul connection is. Okay? So, keep in mind, there is outside forces always there to destroy you. But you're one up on them. You are. Because you won't let them bring you to a negative space, to a lower vibration. And if they are in a lower vibration, you just keep sending out the love and the light and the compassion so that they can flip it. Because at one point they're going to be enough is enough and flip it. If they don't, then they are part of that type of entity, that spirit. Okay? Eventually the spirit will see the light. Everybody does have redemption, but it may not be now. And that means that there's a lot of narcissists and sociopaths out there right now because they are not ready to convert, to get rid of those dark forces that are on them. They're letting it happen, whereas you won't let it happen. So you rid yourself of it by being loved, by being liked, by praying, by being connected to God. They may not, but that is for them to learn. Just remember that Mars is still moving backwards and it will turn around in a few weeks, making this combination for a second time. It's likely you'll feel different then. So don't make long-term commitments or huge decisions on the spur of the moment right now. You'll be able to regroup and change things back without too much effort later. Or find an entirely new direction. The choice is yours. What's for certain is that you don't need to be stuck in a rut unless a rut is exactly where you want to be. Use the tension of this time to chart a new course. Check in and see if you're happy with the way things are headed. And if you're not, plot a new path. Mull it over. Sometimes frustration can breed progress. If you feel you're on a standstill, man, I've been feeling in a standstill. Okay, but I know I have to friggin' take that wand up and take charge. Okay, because if you stay behind, you're just going to stay in a negative place. And you're just going to get a kick in the ass. That's what you're going to get. Okay? All right, so right now, the masculine energies, okay, the masculine side is undergoing upgrades. It's been told to a lot of people recently that with this Mars and Mercury retrograde, that the universe is upgrading the males, the divine males, in order for them to see the light, for them to rebalance their scales, for them to get out, to remove themselves from that dark place. Okay, so yeah, if they're coming in strong, okay, it's because they're becoming self-aware of the connection. They're gaining intuition. If they do have dark forces on them, they're starting to realize this. And by going back to God, by going back to the light, they realize that they can remove Lucifer's energy off them. But they have to do it for themselves. They have to be aware of it. And right now they're getting the downloads to be aware of it. Things are happening to be aware of it. They're going through this transformation. They might not be telling you about it, but it's happening. Okay? But that's for their own self to deal with. That's their own journey, their own path. It's got nothing to do with you or your connection. Okay? So just know that that's happening. So if you're being impatient because you're ahead, okay? Chill. Take the time for yourself right now. Okay? You don't need to move forward. Okay? You know, the slow pace, and you will reap rewards. If you rush in and he's in that bad energy, well, he's still getting the downloads. Stop interrupting the download. You're going to get half the info. You're not going to get the full info because you stopped it. So let it be. Let it be and let it happen. Okay? And then when they come in, maybe they won't be in that bad space. And if they still are a little bit, compassion, love. Compassion, love. Okay, non-judgmental self. Okay, the ego is flaring up right now because they're trying to understand. They're getting the downloads. Okay, so self-pride is important to have. Right? So, anyways, I'm just going to leave it at that. I think that's pretty much what needs to be told right now. Yeah, so keep strong, keep your strength. Strength came up as the first card in the reading today. Strength, be strong, hold on to your strength. Hold on. Now you know the truth. Now you have been awakened. Now you're in a place of awakenment, of realization, and you can go forward with what you know, with what you want. And the things that are important to you, there's not just one soul connection. You got multitudes of them, okay? But the ones that are the strongest, the most important to you, if they're important to the other person as well, and you're one of their strongest connections in their lives, okay? You need to rebalance those scales. Who is on the low side? Who is on the high side? What can you do to help tip those scales? Sometimes they need a little guidance, and the only guidance you can bring in is love, compassion. Do it. Okay? If you're being impatient, you want to speed things up, but no, it's saying take the time, be patient, let baby steps, let it work for itself. It's a process right now. We're in the middle. Let the process happen. That's all you can do in love, in light, and compassion. Have a good day, guys.